What's going on, you guys? Welcome to today's video. Currently back at Omar's house. Greg's here, Jerome's here, the boys are chilling, and I'll be honest with you guys, I don't know if we're actually doing any actual work with the car today. The plan was to possibly do the centering plates on the rear beam. He wants to air up the car, and we've been going through making a list right over here of parts the car needs. Also, fun fact, this is a Nesquik cap. I've known this car for so long, I never realized that was there. Kind of funny.
It's just so cool.
This when you bought the car that was there?
Yeah.
Well, you can't get the right cap, just Nesquik, and I've never noticed that. That's hilarious. Yeah, I was saying, there might be some actual work on this car today, but we're kind of just hanging out. We have your list started right here. There's honestly not like that much to really do. We have to just like do it.
Maintenance, man.
What's that? Jerome's here, Greg's here, the boys are here. We're hanging out, having a good time. Omar's making wings, I heard.
Jerk chicken wings.
Ooh, so like I said, it might just be a chill and kind of food day. We might do some work. We'll see. If not, I'm okay with just chilling, eating food. It is what it is.
Well, the plan was to do the rear centering plates, but
listen,
food takes priority.
Well, that won't take very long though. With all four of us here, no, we got this.
I still think we can get that done.
I'll say we're like.
Did you bring your jack?
No. Did you bring a jack? I gotta buy parts. I can go home.
Then I guess we're not doing the rear. My jack's toast.
Oh, I can go home and get it.
No, man.
I know you didn't have a jack.
No, man.
You don't have a jack in this garage, Omar?
I do, but it's like 20 years old and it leaks fluid.
That's fine. What is safety?
It's old.
Oh no, she's good. If we can get it up in jack stand, we're fine. Please, all the jack stands, all the safety.
All the safety.
No, you're fine. If we can get the car up and jack stand it, we're fine. I wouldn't worry about it too much. And we'll just drop one side at a time, slot the plate in, bolt it back up, and I think that's how easy it'll go. We'll see.
It's just weird to me how Tim, the original owner of these wheels,
yeah,
he asked me to send him pictures, and he's like, "Holy crap! I don't know why they stick out so much."
Yeah, on Danny's car.
And on Danny's car, they were flush.
They fit like fender to lip, perfect. Well, that's why I said, of all the years in Germany of me pulling apart these cars, they are all different. Like the wheels that fit on one car don't fit on another car. Because my HREs that fit perfect on like the front of Miley, I put them on the Savoy and they were way too wide in the front. Like the cars, Volkswagen was just doing stuff. They're just throwing parts together and things are a little bit different here and there. It just kind of is what it is. You just gotta make it work.
It does have a Mark II beam.
That's right. I said, because your wheels look to be, these are 9s in the back, right?
These are 9s, yeah.
So whatever size these are is about the same as my Zobrix. I have the Mark II rear beam, and mine sits about, my actual lip is like bigger, but where it's on the tire is almost identical to this. So whatever offset this is pretty much what mine is.
Yeah.
And I did a lot of work rolling and pulling my fenders.
Well, if you put your finger in here, it's flat.
Yeah, but have you actually I used to
I've never rolled them out.
Okay.
Slightly or whatever. This is factory. The only thing I did was I did at work grind everything out down here.
Yeah, so it's rolled.
And then put panel bond to protect the metal and everything. So it's nice in there. It's just
my
9.5 Strosecs fit flush. These don't.
These cars are just weird. I used to, my Zobbers, I would heat up the quarter phone book, and I just drop the car. Oh yeah. It's, we all make our mistakes. Thankfully, it never buckled anything somehow. But early car days, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. If we do actually do the gray plates for the rear, I want to put a tape line on here so I can see how much it actually moves back.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just so we can kind of see. What we're talking about, actually, we don't know on Mark IIIs, when you car with a solid rear beam, when you air out the car, same with the wagon, the beam essentially stays in place as the car comes down, and the wheel is not centered to the the arch anymore. So there's more of it here than being here.
Which that's where it's hitting. It's like this this piece right here, it's what's laying flat on the tire.
So looking at when you showed me last time, it's 10 mil. It looked like that's gonna push the whole entire beam backwards and center it to here. So we'll put a tape line to see how much it's actually gonna move. But I think if it's not hitting so much in the front, it'll definitely let the car come down a smidge more.
I'll be happy right here.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna get down here like Danny used to have, but as long as it gets to
well, I think Danny had camber too, because you don't have any shims on this rear beam though.
I don't.
So my car has, I think, 2 on the lower ones. That's like negative, like, I don't know, 1.5, 2 degrees. I don't think you have any camber at all. So if we do the straight plate and some shims, I think you would get it spot on.
I just don't like.
Yeah. It's not that much though. Like I said, negative like 1.5. It's like I said, the car, I don't know what you're at now. You're almost.
Shit. Tim said that he had the Eurosport shims in the back.
So his car had camber too then.
So he had slight camber. Let me see if I can pull the photo up.
Yeah. So like I said, if we have centered and a little bit of camber, it should be money in the rear, and then you're fine. But yeah. Overall goal. Power back to the car, air it up, possibly do this, or we might just have food and do nothing today.
You say?
We'll see. Oh, this is Tim's car, right?
This is Tim's car.
Good old Timmy.
But that's, I don't think, that thing.
But his car's not in air though.
That's Danny's.
That's Danny's car. Danny's car sat fender to lip. But Danny had a camber though, I assume, right?
I would have to ask, but look at that.
I think so. I've seen Danny's car from behind. I'm pretty sure he has a little.
And then this is with the 9.5 Futuras where he had slight camber in the rear.
Yeah. So if you want it to be there, I said we can just have it still sit like on the tire and call it a day. But if you want to also have it like down past, I would say this, you're probably gonna need like a washer or so to give it a little bit of a kick it out a little bit.
We'll see.
So there might be work today. We might just eat jerk chicken and do nothing. I'm cool with whatever.
Jerk chicken.
What else
Jerk chicken wings, white rice with oxtail gravy.
Mm.
Got some salad. We got some stuff. The ice cream man, if you can hear him.
Forget the car. We're about to just eat and do nothing all day. Let's go see all the guys out here. Like I said, Greg's here, Drum's here. We're all just hanging out. And hopefully getting this car one step closer to being back on the road. So car's aired up, both back wheels are off. I think the plan's going to be, actually I didn't even showed his plates yet. We have Drum. Where are these from?
I was trying to turn this.
I know you were. That's why I asked you. This is what Mad Dog.
Mad Dog.
Mad Dog. Mad Dog. So I thought these are the ones that bolted on behind here that moved the hub backwards and add some camber, but these are the ones that actually bolt up under here by where the rim beam actually mounts. So there's 3 bolts up here. So this will sandwich in between the 2 and move the whole thing back. Looks like about 10, 15 mil, give or take, and hopefully center the wheel a bit more. The plan is we have the car on jacksons in the back to use a jack to lower this down and kind of hold the beam itself. And we'll go through and slot each one in, Loctite it with all the provided hardware. So these 3 sit like so and go to the body, and these ones will hold the rear beam to the new plate like so. So should be pretty straightforward. Oh, my man brought me a blanket to lay on everything.
Yes, sir.
Service. This Mario? It's Mario.
I got another one here.
No, this one's good. I usually lay on the floor, so I'm not really worried about it.
Spider-Man.
We do have quite the spiderweb collection down here going on, bud. So under the car, 17s, we got 1 in the front and 2 in the back. If I'm not mistaken, some of these are annoying to get to. These ones, I think. That one and that one. I want to say you're going to need a actual wrench to get those out. Like I said, the plan is to go through. I'm going to break all of them free, then bring the jack in to support the rear beam, lower it down, hopefully slot in the new plate, and I'm going to have to drop this down a good amount and kind of move it slightly, get in there and tighten up the new plate, but shouldn't be too difficult. All right, let's see how tight this is gonna be. Very tidy. Whenever I'm under the car, like different angles, I have to check sometimes, but we're good. Should be a pull to me. Oh, those are oddly easy to break free. I was expecting a fight, but that was really loose. But this car's clean underneath. Omar,
Yeah.
has this beam been off before ever or no?
Yeah, that's a Mark II beam.
Oh, that's right. Well, not to cause any type of concern, But this bolt, what I was expecting a struggle, and it came off pretty easy. Not like loose, but like I didn't have to fight it.
Those bolts are normally not like super duper.
No, I know, but you know what? There's like a kink to pop it free. Well, no concern. I was just with Mark 3s. I'm ready for a fight all the time, and it didn't fight me, so I was surprised.
Well, my car loves you because you're working on it.
Loctite is.
All right, all bolts came out super easy under this car. Granted, there's cobwebs everywhere. The car itself super clean. So now with this as far down as it is with the jack lower down, these plates should sit this way, I believe. And we're gonna go in and slot them in like so. So I have the provider hardware, we'll Loctite them, identify the torque specs, and we'll plate them up like this on both sides, and then that'll shift this back. So overall, I thought maybe have to undo the reverse strut, but it looks like once we push this back up and slide it back to meet up, this should be overall actually really easy to do. So yeah, cool piece. So looking down here, all of our plates are mounted up, Loctited and torqued down. So now what we need to do is jack the jack back up, and then this will scooch back just enough, hopefully to line up, and then that's it. It's actually easier than I thought. Took way less time, and the car's cleaner than me, so it made it much easier to work on. So there's our plate, looking all fancy. And then we have the nice new bolts here. We'll Loctite these, and then that's it. But overall, super nice product. All right, yeah, send her up.
There goes the floor. More?
Yeah, I'll tell you when. Keep her going, keep her going, keep her going.
More?
Yeah, keep going. You'll feel it pretty much stop, and I'll just have to adjust it back a little bit. I'll pause it there. Up more.
More?
And that's it. Pause it there. I'm gonna put Loctite on this one, but that should be it. I'll have to edit that part out. It's fine. I'll leave half of that clip in, and there'll be no context, and people have no idea what's going on.
Right.
They'll have no clue. Give her another crank.
Yep.
All right, pause there.
Doesn't need to come back. It's where it needs to be.
Yeah, I got the front end already. The only thing I'm seeing though.
Ooh, what's up? No bad news.
No, so we might need to. No, it didn't say we had to. Hold on.
Does the beam need to be shifted over?
It might need to go to the left a smidge.
Maybe that's why that wheel's poking so much.
Well, no, so it lines up here, but this corner of the beam bracket itself is touching this little notch piece. We might need to cut this out, to be honest with you. Come look at it so you can just...
Yep.
But I don't know. I mean, it doesn't say on the website you need to cut it, but you see right here? This corner is touching here. But we might be able to go that way first, go up, and then come back this way. Look, you can see it's touching right there.
That's not good.
But it might be this little shave right there. And then back over here, the brake line's by the gas tank. But once it's up farther, it might be fine. On the website, it doesn't say anything about having to adjust anything, so it should be a direct fit, but we might need to make a little bit of adjustments. Again, the front bolt...
Do we need to...
Well, the front bolt's not all the way tight, so I'm able to go farther forward still and adjust. We'll try real fast. Let's try and shift it forward, and then we'll come back, and that might be enough room to get between there and then also clear this little corner piece. I think we'll be okay. Give it. Okay, so plates in, good to go. We had to bend this corner out slightly, but it's fine now. And there's just enough clearance there, which actually once it kind of moves up and down, we'll have to see. That. Greg, you wanna look at this real fast? What? You wanna look at this real fast? Do you think I mean, at this height, look where the beam is back here to the gas tank. See what I mean?
Yeesh.
So once it airs out, because this has to come up.
That'll probably hit.
But like, the website says nothing about like having to move your gas tank. I mean, I can move the brake line, but like the beam's still below that.
Take the jack and jack up the beam.
We'll have to see. But this portion is good. You have the clearance is a smidge, and that's fine. But we'll have to see about this portion over here. But we'll, my saying all day today is it's not my car. It's Omar's car, so if it doesn't work and it breaks, it's not my car.
Worst case, it blows up, right?
Yeah, it's not my car, right?
Oh, gee, thanks, guys.
No, it's fine. It might be fine. It might not be fine. We'll see. We can do a gas tank delete and you're good. But no, it's just very close. You see? So it's not touching right now, but once you air out the car and this beam goes up, I mean, it might move just enough that it doesn't touch, because this is all where it's supposed to be at this point. This is fine.
Well,
Worst case.
considering this is a Mark II beam, and I'm sure these plates were meant for a Mark III beam,
Oh, you're right.
that's why we're running into this issue, I believe.
He says we, but it's not my car.
No, because the beam is only.
Bro,
No, but
I
no,
have no faith in you.
But
keep
but
saying
hear me out though. The Mark II beam only
beam is
shortens.
only shorter
It shortens
there,
here. This is all the
everywhere
same
else is
dimension.
the same.
If I'm not mistaken, all the
Then I
inside.
think it'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean,
Worst
we'll
case,
see.
they could grind it to that part of the beam and make clearance. That's all.
Before it came down, no.
It'll be fine.
That's all y'all said it'd be fine.
I smell
so-
gas.
I didn't say it would be fine.
You don't smell gas.
No, seriously.
I didn't say it would be fine. I told you to jack up the beam
No.
to see if it would hit.
No, none's leaking. No, when you air out the car, that would be when it would hit.
No, it goes.
Or
Do you smell? Do you smell that?
I mean, none's leaking. I can't tell.
Smells
if
like
you're-
gas.
Are you trolling right now? Or are you being serious? Are you being? I can't. I'll only take the "it's not my car" so far. I don't want to.
Kidding. It doesn't smell like gas.
God, you're so annoying. I'm gonna put a hole in your gas tank right now. All right. Well, we don't know for sure. We're gonna air out the car, so you can see, without being lower than this, it's moved back about 10 or so millimeters. So we did our best to make sure the rear beam was centered to the plates going left and right. I will say though, on that side of the car where the exhaust goes over the rear beam, now that it's back further, it's not in the little groove for the exhaust anymore. So air out the car all the way. I don't know if it'll work for sure or not. Is it moved a bunch?
He did.
Let me get both sides again.
Will you find out when
It's
you
a little
lower it
bit.
down to see what it does?
No, it's a little bit more that way. But these beams move.
It looks so similar. I mean, on my car, mine's a little bit left and right too.
You know, I need to air it out to see what happens.
Well, I don't know if you get out of the car because where the exhaust, the beam of the exhaust on that side. I said on the Mark III's, on the rear beam, the exhaust goes over the beam. We've now moved the beam backwards, so it's not in the little U shape anymore. And we're also still not 100% sure it's going to clear the gas tank. Honestly, just air it out and see what happens. If we hear a lot of crunching and gas leaking on the floor, we know we've
What I
messed
would
up.
do to be safe.
To be safe, we're not those guys.
Hey, you know what? You're right. Not my car. Use the jack to lift up the beam.
And just we can go slow and we can check.
Because you can go slow. With the weight of the
Fine.
car, it's going to tear it up.
Fine, Greg. We'll try and do things properly. That's
I'll let
lame.
it air out.
That's lame. I could have titled this video, "Watermelons Totaled, Gas Everywhere."
I mean, you still might get your wish.
No, look.
So, a little bit of
For the
testing here, but I think we're okay.
They're being a gas tank.
The beam looks pretty center, I think.
I'm gonna go up and down right here.
But we have to double check and make sure it's going to clear the gas tank on that side. Don't want to put a hole in the gas tank. And again, on this side, the exhaust is over the beam, so we'll see. Okay, so we loosened all the bolts on the rear beam, pushed it as far forward as possible. Wasn't very much. It's kind of hard to see from here. There's a little like scuff on the gas tank where we had the car on the ground. The rear beam was touching the gas tank. Obviously didn't do any damage. We didn't air out the car, but we need more room. So the option here is not tonight, but later on, we're gonna drop the rear struts off the beam, drop the whole back of the beam down, go with the grinder and grind the back side of the beam over there. And that'll be enough clearance and it's good to go. And then on the driver's side, he's gonna have to have the exhaust redone, which he has a new muffler in the back, so it has to get done anyways. But the exhaust needs to be redone. The part that goes over the beam gotta be changed, and then it'll all be good. I don't know if the issue is because this is a Mark II beam on a Mark III. If it was a Mark II beam on a Mark II with the same gas tank, it might be fine. But for right now, this is where we'll end. You can visibly see the wheel is now more center in the archway here, but again, I don't know if it's because it's a Mark II beam on a Mark III with the different gas tank and it's just not fitting properly. Everything is centered and moving as far forward as possible. We have to just adjust for the gas tank and just shade the beam a little bit, and then on the, like I said, on the passenger side, change the exhaust, and then it's good. But we're one step closer for this thing to go back on the road. It's aired up. We got the power to the car. Like I said, he had the big list over there. He's ordering a bunch of parts for it. Some wiring, some engine stuff to do. Really not that much stuff. And then we'll have this car back on the road. And then we'll go to Greg's house, work on Christine. We'll go to whoever house is next and get all the Mark IIIs doing Mark III squad stuff again, because it's cool seeing all the boys again. Jerome was here, Greg's here, always hanging out, eating some delicious food, and mess with the cars. So I think this is where we'll end this video. If you have the Mad Dog centering plates on a Mark III, leave a comment down below. Did you have any issues with the fitment, and do you have a Mark II rear beam on your Mark III, or any issues you may have had in clearance with anything? Leave a comment down below, because on the website it didn't say anything about it. Just says it works for Mark II, works for Mark III, works for Corrado, and that's it. So if you've done it on your car, was it fine, was it not fine, and then we'll go from there. But a simple little grind job, and then should be mint. But hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Do not forget to be thankful for every single day. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.